Whether they are raised in a community nursery or by a mother alone, one of many siblings or single babies, in the African savannah, all the youngsters have to learn the fundamental rules of a life in the wild. But in order to survive in this world fraught with dangers, they will also have to face many challenges. Walking by day, by night, through the savannah. This nomadic life can sometimes be a little tough on elephant calves, but they can count on the protection of the whole family. Which is not the case for other little nomads. The inseparable cheetah cubs have overcome the first obstacles of life. Now it's time for them to start weaning and begin their career as small carnivores. Princess, future queen of the hyena clan, is in no hurry to grow up. If she feels like it, she'll have the right to suckle until she's 2 years old. Among the meerkats, Fearless and Shy are undergoing intensive training. Their next lesson? Insect tasting. Contrary to appearances, things are not all rosy with the lion cubs. One cub disappeared during a scuffle between two male lions, while another is seriously injured with a broken back. Its future is at risk. With a lack of prey in the vicinity, the lionesses were forced to walk all night long in search of food. The little injured lioness has fallen behind. She's walked part of the night and, unlike her brothers and sisters, hasn't had a chance to stop and rest. For Brokenback, what was only yesterday just an embankment now seems like a mountain to climb. But Brokenback is relentless. She needs her mother's milk to build up strength, but her siblings have preceded her. The lion cubs wore their mother out and chafed her teats with their small, sharp milk teeth. Brokenback will have to ingratiate herself to her mother. A regular suckling session can last up to 10 minutes, a pure moment of solace for Brokenback. But the lionesses are getting hungry. They need to resume their journey. The little lioness would have liked to hang on longer to her mother's teats, but there's no special treatment for her. Her mother can neither slow the group down nor stay alone with her cubs. Without the protection of the pride, they would be in danger. Until the great herbivore migration arrives, the lionesses will have to walk and double their efforts to find food. Out in the wild, you seldom burden yourself with the weak. Brokenback must hang on if she's going to survive. the elephants are never in a hurry to see thousands of herbivore competitors invading their plains. As far as they're concerned, the migration can wait. But scarcity of prey complicates everyday life for both the lionesses as well as the cheetah. For a few days now, the plain has been as desperately empty as their mother's stomach. The inseparable cheetah cubs have energy to spare, and they'll need it, because they started journeying through the savannah very early. There's not a minute to lose to go find food. At almost 3 months, the young big cats are far from imagining that on the other side of the valley, wildebeests, zebras, and buffaloes are now on the move. In just a few days, thousands of herbivore hooves will resound through the savannah. But for the time being, the cheetah must do with the few herbivores that live here all year round. Cheetah cubs start learning to hunt very early on. At almost 3 months, the cubs go hunting with their mother and copy her every move. Cheetahs are the kings of termite mounds that litter the plains. They use them to scan from a distance for nervous, jittery prey. Finally, an opportunity appears. Missing it is out of the question. The cubs must stay at a distance and obey their mother. The instructions are clear. Don't move, stand still. Small Thompson's gazelles are prized prey for cheetahs, but they are very shy and in a permanent state of alert. Betrayed by one of the cubs, the cheetah no longer has time to take her prey by surprise. Obedience and discretion aren't quite yet the cheetah cub's foremost qualities. Tonight, the cheetah will go to sleep on an empty stomach. It's too late to continue hunting. In the wild, newborns that are raised within a clan or a herd, like the elephant calves, are better protected. They are luckier than those that are brought up by a single mother. This is the case with leopards. This leopard has a secret that the jackals are intent on discovering. In the hollow of a rock, she's hidden 2 cubs. They were born a little over a month ago and still have blue eyes. They are finally starting to explore. Their mother has understood that they are no longer safe. She needs to find a more hidden and less accessible hideout. This is a conflictive situation, an almost impossible choice for the leopard, because she can only carry one cub at a time and cannot abandon the other. One of them will have to follow her. The jackals are determined, but the leopard has decided to wait for her cub. But once in the tall grass, the cub loses sight of its mother and gets lost. The leopard can't risk losing both. She must find shelter for the first one before she can go back to take care of the other. Jackals are opportunistic. They never give up. The leopard chose a rocky outcrop that is inaccessible to most predators. Now, the mother can go back to look for her other cub. Concealed inside this crevice, the first little leopard is out of danger. Babies are easy prey. One leopard out of 2 dies before the age of 6 months. Always on the lookout for an easy meal, the jackals found their opportunity. She won't find her cub. In the savannah, no baby is safe from predators. But at the meerkat's nursery, the sentinels are on high alert. It's a big day for Shy and Fearless. They are little more than 3 weeks old, and the time has come to follow the babysitters for an insect hunt. No danger on the horizon. The adventure can start. Fearless definitely has a mind of his own. He's hoping for a home delivery. But crying is useless. Life in the savannah doesn't work that way. The best way to obtain food is to follow the babysitters and stick to them. At first, the helpers offer a taste test of dead insects, pre-chewed. Fearless starts strong. His first solid dish is not a larva, nor a beetle, but a nice cut of scorpion. He's not quibbling about it. This one is more patient. He's caught on that he must dig like the adults, although he doesn't seem to know why yet. But he might as well keep doing the same thing as the others. As a matter of fact, the whole colony sets to it. There's no better way to learn than through mimicking. Some are not very motivated, but the babysitter is there to encourage them. Shy is quite happy with the tidbits she grabbed from around the burrow's entry hole. Like her siblings, she has limited time to learn how to catch her first scorpions. The little meerkats will soon have to fend for themselves. A month from now, and they'll be weaned. Their mother will prepare for a new litter, because a female meerkat can produce 3 or 4 litters of pups per year. In another burrow, that of the hyenas, the cubs are running wild. With her little angel face, Princess hides a diabolical character. She's now 2 months old, and her status as heir to the dominant female gave her the right to do as she pleases. Princess is mischievous, relentless, and always ready to annoy her fellow hyenas, and most of all, her brother. Her mother came back exhausted from the hunt. It's the perfect opportunity to break the rules and to go away from the burrow. And if this means getting scolded, she might as well drag her brother into the adventure. While her mother is snoring away, the other adults can take her back to the burrow. The other adult hyenas would like nothing better than to discipline this princess, but her status keeps them in check, and she knows it. She'll continue to tout her status because none of them will dare coming after her while her mother is nearby. Her little game has gone on long enough. It's time for all young to go back to the burrow. Finally, only her mother will manage to drag her back to the den. Like every evening, the adult hyenas will go hunting. The cubs will remain in the communal burrow, where they are safe from lions. The first columns of wildebeests are converging towards the Great Plains. These herbivores have worn out the southern plains' resources and are in quest of new pastures. This morning, the savannah is filled with a new rumor. The zebras and wildebeests are back. For the carnivores, this means an end to the scarcity of food. This time, the cheetah cubs will have to watch and stay put to avoid messing up the hunt. The strategy is invariable: to spot the individuals that leave the flock before pouncing on them. The target has been identified: a young wildebeest, which is easier to chase rather than an adult. The cheetah goes over the instructions again. The cubs must not move and keep a low profile. The cheetah is built for racing, but it doesn't have the lioness's strength, nor the fangs of a leopardess. With her little jaw and small teeth, the cheetah has a hard time attacking adult wildebeests. The cheetah must wait until it gets closer to avoid having to run too much. Finally, these cubs have learned their lesson. They don't move until their mother tells them to. The cheetah's mother begins the feast. With their small, deciduous teeth, the cubs must wait until she tears away at the hide to taste the meat. There, they've become true little carnivores. In a few days from now, they will be weaned from their mother's milk. Like all little carnivores, the end of the meal is the ideal time for cuddles and a good grooming session. Because alone, they cannot wash up. It also enables them to strengthen the family bonds. But for the cubs, play and discovery are still more interesting activities. Learning the art of grooming is essential to fight off parasites, infections, and to avoid illnesses. The cheetah cubs have so much to discover still. The savannah is filled with unknown and extraordinary creatures. Like every feathered beast, ostrich chicks have a knack for fascinating the little carnivores. This morning, the little meerkats will also have a bone to pick with some odd birds. Fearless, Shy, and the rest of the brood are out hunting. But this crowned lapwing has no intention of letting them through its territory. Despite his curious nature, even Fearless is intimidated. Shy seems paralyzed by all these threatening cries. Finally, the best thing is to flee, because you never know. Before long, they've forgotten the territorial bird, and the youngest ones resume their playing near the burrow, while the sentinels continue their surveillance. Fearless is an adventurer. He's gone off on a treasure hunt. He has nothing to fear from this Cape ground squirrel. This is just his neighbor that shares his burrow. Even dead, this little beetle is a wonderful delicacy. Shy is more serious than her siblings. She never misses a hunting lesson. But once again, a bird will spoil the meerkat's outing. The drongo does a perfect imitation of the meerkat's predator alarm call. It knows how to use this talent to steal the food from them. Shy won't have time to gobble her meal down. The calls sound repeatedly. The babysitters gather the pups. They were fooled by the drongo that can now salvage Shy's meal. The lone leopard cub spent the first few weeks of his existence dragged from one hideout to the next. He's 2 months old, and his mother has decided that he's now capable of living on top of a tree without risk of falling. There's no chance that the jackals or hyenas can reach him up there. But time can drag by slowly when you're perched on a branch, waiting for your mother. For most young animals, these drops of water falling from the sky are a novelty. The elephant calves will be able to enjoy this ultra-refreshing and relaxing moment. The downpours don't seem to have any effect whatsoever on the lion cubs that seem much more fascinated by a carefree guinea fowl. The rain has soaked the ground, reinvigorated the pastures, and revived the elephant's spa. In the days to come, the elephant calves will get acquainted with the innumerable virtues of mud baths. There's nothing better than these parasite-removing stations before resuming a long journey. But all good moments come to an end. The elephants need as much as 150 kilos of vegetation per day to survive, so dawdling is out of the question. Brokenback and the lioness clan were waiting for the elephant herd to leave to get comfortable again. Ever since the first wildebeests returned, the young lioness has perked up. Despite her full belly, Brokenback remains insatiable and enjoys each suckling session. She never rushes over to a carcass. She avoids getting involved in the feeding frenzy and the jostling, which could hurt her. But once the rest of the clan turns away, she dares dig into the leftovers. Her brother prefers scaring jackals away, but he's delusional. They are tireless and far more clever than him. This family break was beneficial to Brokenback. But it's already time to leave with her kin and catch up with the rest of the clan. The lone leopard cub has been waiting for his mother for over a day. Although his camouflage is a great asset to remain invisible, his scent could betray him. The cub is worried. His instinct tells him to climb higher up. Hyenas are the most numerous large predators in Africa, in areas where ungulates are common. The little leopard doesn't know that the hyena can't reach him, but it's better to be safely out of reach than sorry. The hyena is firmly intent on waiting at the foot of the tree, just in case the young big cat falls down. But the leopard is finally back, and it's best to stay away from a very protective mother. The hyena is not in a hurry to scamper. The cub isn't a repelling pro yet. he could make an easy meal for the hyena. This little cub is relishing the pleasure of having his mother back. Once he's suckled, his mother will meticulously groom every part of his little body to rid him of possible parasites. For the time being, he only knows how to clean his own paws. It's unusually quiet among the hyenas. Recently, in the evenings, Princess refuses to go to sleep. But today, the little hyena found a new game, clearing up the entry to the burrow. Her newfound hobby provides a little respite for the whole pack. For the last 2 days, a ceaseless flow of zebras and wildebeests has been pouring into the savannah. The convoys of herbivores have resounded as far as the hyena's burrow, and they are still flocking in. The lone cub has never witnessed such a show, nor heard such a racket before. The lion cubs have settled down in the front row. This abundance of prey will change Broken Back's routine, as well as that of all the carnivores, great and small. In just a few hours, the savannah has turned into a gigantic pantry. This young and carefree zebra has no idea that all eyes are targeting him. Facing such an abundance of prey, the lionesses disband without any real group strategy. Whether it's a wildebeest or a zebra, the predators are spoiled for choice. All they need to do is lie in ambush and wait. There is no chance at all to escape. The lionesses are posted at every point of the migration's passing. Ruse, power, and patience on the predator's side. Stress and suspicion on the other. An assault is launched simultaneously from several fronts. While one lioness attacks a zebra, another pounces on the wildebeests. Facing a clan of famished lionesses, chances of escaping are slim. The lionesses can just help themselves. At 5 months, the lion cubs start revealing their nature as future predators and showcase their ferocity. While at the same age, cheetah cubs already follow their mother on hunts. Lion cubs won't take their first hunting lesson until they're around 9 months old. Brokenback lacks the strength to join the other same-aged cubs on the carcass. She doesn't eat much meat and still needs a lot of milk. That's why she has no qualms inviting herself to another lioness's teats when there is only one cub to feed. At this age, there's a lot of frenzied playing going on. The cubs tirelessly reproduce the stalking, ambushing, grappling, and killing motor patterns used by the elders to capture prey. It's a good way to try out their strength and sharpen their reflexes. Brokenback's brothers have grown much stronger, and they could worsen their wound by jostling her around. Eventually, Brokenback decides to play with younger and quieter cubs. The food shortage is over. Brokenback will no longer have to trail behind the lionesses for hours on end. The same isn't true for the elephant calves. The thousands of herbivores that have invaded the Great Plain rake up every blade of grass. Now they must walk long distances to feed. It's tough on the little ones. But the abundance of wildebeests and zebras has good sides. They attract predators and keep them away from the elephant calves. Still alone on the limb of his tree, the leopard cub is waiting for his mother. The days stretch out endlessly. The leopardess will leave him alone more than 24 hours in a row while she's hunting and feeding herself. The little leopard takes one nap after the other and can spend the whole day sleeping. His mother is finally back, but she's not rushing over. Something's wrong. Normally, the leopardess would hurry to her son, but not this time. The cub would like to join his mother, but ever since his brother disappeared, he's been afraid to set paw on the ground. His mother is having trouble walking. Today, she won't join him in his tree. She's wounded on the inside of her thigh. The little cub has no choice. He must overcome his apprehension and take a big leap into the unknown. Every reunion, it's the same ritual over again. Full grooming. But the little leopard is too excited at being on the ground and finally free to move around. He's discovering the meaning of frolicking and has no intention of letting his mother continue grooming him. The advantages of being on the ground rather than on a tree are innumerable. Even doing your business on the ground seems easier. These moments of play are crucial for the development of his skeleton and muscles. A mere piece of wood will allow him to enhance his future predator skills. This little cub is the sole survivor of his litter, so his mother must also play the role of brothers and sisters and false prey. The game has lasted long enough. Lions and hyenas could be prowling around nearby. The cub must climb back to his shelter. Despite her wound, his mother leads the way. The little leopard has become quick and agile. Like all his fellow leopards, he'll spend a large part of his existence up in the trees. Tonight, his mother will not return to the hunt. She needs rest. If her wound doesn't heal quickly, she won't be able to take care of her son anymore. For the lone cub, as for all the young which can only count on their mother, life hangs by a thread. Elephant calves are more lucky. In case of any problem, the other females of the herd will watch over them. But in the savannah, regardless of the species, the path to independence is always long and strewn with pitfalls.